Okay, today let's talk about motivation. We want to do something, we're going to go out and do it, and that's what we tell ourselves, and then we don't. I'm going to give you a little test to give yourself so that you can determine whether you're actually going to follow through or not. I'm Stacy Rocklein, and I help strong people embrace vulnerability so they can live connected, authentic lives. And in order to live an authentic life, we need to know who we are and what we want, because what we want then determines what our goals are and then what actions we're going to take. So we've got our goal. Let's say we've got something that we're going to do. Tomorrow we're going to do this, okay? Then we don't do it. What happens when we do that is that we begin to not trust ourselves. We become disappointed in ourselves. If we're really based in conditional self-love, we might feel a little bit of self-loathing when that happens. And that is not good for us at all. So when we make a promise to ourselves, we really, really want to follow through on those promises, or else don't make them, right? So here's a little test you can give yourself. Now, I'm gonna use myself as an example. I really love cookies, like love cookies or chips. I don't know, whatever. Those are two of my top favorites. So let's say I tell myself, okay, tomorrow I am not going to eat any cookies, none. I'm not gonna touch a cookie. That's the promise I make to myself. I give myself this little test because I want to know how likely it is that I'm going to follow through. It's a 1 to 5 scale. If I'm a 5 is there is no way I am going to touch a cookie tomorrow. Like there's no way. I could go anywhere. I could be walking through bakeries. I could have my favorite cookies all on one platter in front of me. I am not going to touch one of those. If you've ever had that kind of motivation, like you can feel it, you know you're not gonna do it. That's where you wanna be, right? A 5, okay? Let's say I'm a 4. What does a 4 look like? A 4 is there's a high likelihood I will not eat a cookie tomorrow. And part of the way there's gonna be a high likelihood is I'm not gonna leave my house. There's no possible way I'm gonna leave my house. Because if I do, there is this much danger that I might eat a cookie. I'm not even gonna answer my doorbell, okay? Because what if it's my neighbor bringing over cookies and she wants to sit down and have cookies with me? She made them for me. I'm gonna cave, I just know it. So I'm gonna put boundaries and protections in place so that I don't screw up. Make sure there's no cookies in the house, okay? A 4 is a really good motivation, right? That's pretty good. You're not quite at a 5, but you know better enough that you're going to build your world to make you a success, okay? What's a 3 look like? A 3 is I'm probably not going to eat a cookie. Like it's very likely that I'm not gonna eat a cookie. It's kind of, I'm gonna go out into the world, and if something happens, we'll see. If it was a really good cookie or a really special circumstance, like maybe, but probably not. I'm probably not gonna have one. Okay, level 3 motivation is dangerous, right? It's dangerous. You wanna get yourself to a 4 or a 5 on your promises because it's just too easy for things to go wrong at a 3, okay? 2. What's a 2? A 2 is, I'm not gonna have a cookie tomorrow. Like unless I have a really bad day, or unless somebody makes cookies, or unless my kids bring home cookies, or unless a lot of things, like I could be derailed pretty easy. That's not good for things that we want, right? What's a 1 look like? A 1 is, and you felt this in your gut before too, a 1 is when you know, even though you're saying the words, I'm not gonna have a cookie tomorrow, you know you will. You know you will. You're gonna make sure you have a cookie tomorrow. You're saying it, but you already know you're not gonna follow through. If you're gonna be at a 1 or a 2, don't make that promise to yourself. Don't do it. If you're at a 3, how can you get yourself up to a 4 or 5? At least get yourself to a 4 where you've got protections in place, right? Don't put yourself in dangerous situations if you're at a 3. Get yourself up to a 4. And that way, the kinds of things that you say to yourself that you don't follow through on, they don't energetically weigh on you. And the ones that you say you are gonna do, you keep those promises. So next time you hear yourself either internally or externally say, I'm going to do that, or I'm not going to do that, stop right there and ask yourself, what level of motivation am I at right now on a scale of 1 to 5? And if I'm not at a 4 or 5, am I gonna ditch the promise? Who am I kidding? Or can I get myself to a 4 or 5? If you know somebody who could really benefit from this little tool to help those actions that we want so badly in our lives that are gonna help us live an authentic life come true, please share this video with them. And I will see you next time. Mwah.